Okay, hey guys, it's Miss Carpenter, and I want to show you how I did my booklet. My booklet, it's not so fancy like some of the ones you see back there, but all I did, I took some graph paper because it makes graphing easier, and stapled it on top. The title of mine is Real Functions Have Curves. You know, get your own title, okay? And pretty much, this is a table of contents. This is also found on Etsy. Oh wait, hold on. While you're looking at that, still keep it rolling. Let me get the table of contents real quick. Alrighty, so these are the requirements that I posted on Etsy, okay? And it says the cover page, you have to give it a fun title. So my fun title is Real Functions Have Curves. The next thing you needed on the rubric is table of contents. Ta-da! So I have my table of contents. All right. Now it says for each function, you must explain in detail what makes it stand out from the other functions, how to graph it, how you find its domain and range, how you find key features, graph the parent function and an example containing two transformations. Make sure you give a written explanation for the transformation. So let's show you how I did that. So I did give a written example for my exponential function. I explained how it stands out from the rest. And then right here, I gave a parent function, y equals 4 to the x. I put to graph it, I plotted my a value, and then I plugged in x, and then I plugged in a transformation. Notice it has two transformations. It had a shrink and it had a translation up. So, because the requirements here, it says you need a parent function and an example containing two transformations. So I have that and I explained how I did it. I gave the asymptote range, etc. I did the same thing with the log function. I have a parent function. Over here, I show how I, found the parent function, etc. And then I also have my work for the transformation, which was a stretch and a translation. Oh, and I also gave an explanation on the back too for logarithmic functions about how they're inverses. Square root, same thing. I put what makes it stand out. I said it has only one arrow. Only one end of the curve has an arrow, and I graphed it, It's easiest to do these, the easiest way to do this is if you look at your notes, because I pretty much grabbed examples from the notes. So if your notes are neat, you can grab examples from your notes. It makes it much easier to find examples. Same thing with cube root. I put what makes it stand out. I said it has arrows on both ends. It is S-shaped. It's S-shaped. I gave an explanation, about what cube root functions look like. I gave the domain and range. Rational functions, I was detailed as well. I talked about the special trick. I used a special trick. That was when you treat the asymptotes as the new origin. We talked about it in the notes. And on the back, I talked about when you cannot use the special trick. I put if a rational function has variables in the numerator, you cannot use a special trick. So I gave examples of that situation, finding the holes and stuff. My sine function, I put how do sine functions stand out? If you draw several cycles, it looks like waves. I put cosine graphs look like waves too, but you can tell sine and cosine graphs apart by looking at where they cross the y-axis. The sine function crosses the origin, so you'll notice it crosses the origin. And there's cosine, which I haven't finished that last one, but it takes about 4 hours to do in one setting, and that includes breaks and stuff. If you can't do it in one day, just do a little chunks, like maybe do 30 minutes each day. So we have 4 days left before it's due. So I would just maybe spend an hour each day For those of you who already started, some students show me their booklets. Some students are already finished. You don't have to worry too much. But for those who are procrastinators like me, you're going to have to just nip it in the butt and maybe spend an hour a day or just 4 hours in one setting. And when that 4 hours includes breaks. It's easier if you have your notes to grab examples. Okay, if you have any questions, you can look at this video again.